Hey everyone, it's the Cinema Dude and welcome back to my channel. And today we're in the kitchen, not the movie room. And I have a stack of releases I've picked up for the past month. So this is our New in the Queue episode. So for those that don't know, New in the Queue are episodes that I do where, unless it's like a big release, which I do have a big release in this one, that I'll do an individual box unboxing for. It's usually stuff that I pick up and then I'll show into here. So let's hop right into it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus a box set releases to look at today. So let's hop right into it. So the first two are two I found, one at Goodwill and one at my local record shop. And the first one is H.G. Wells' The Time Machine. This is a George Pale production, and this is from 1960, so the classic Time Machine that kind of everybody knows and stuff. So this is the... What release is this? Of course, it has like everything on here, but doesn't have when this one was released in. Okay, so it doesn't say. But they definitely have this on Blu-ray and stuff now, but I don't have this one. So it was a 2 for $5 one, so I was like, sure, I'll pick it up for $2.50 in there. So in here, they do have a behind-the-scenes documentary, Time Machine: The Journey Back, hosted by Rod Taylor and featuring Alan Young, Whit Bissell, and others involved in the film. Of course, the old interactive menus, theatrical trailer, scene selection, and stuff. So kind of really cool artwork too on there. So that is the Time Machine. Then I was going to be able to pick up another one of the 20th Century Fox Noir films, and one that's been only on DVD so far, and that is The House on Telegraph Hill. So very cool to have this one. Of course, it didn't cost me $9.99, but still sealed and stuff, and has audio commentary with Eddie Muller, who does Noir Alley. There's a poster gallery, theatrical trailer. For those that don't know, House on Telegraph Hill is an intriguing cliffhanger set in a spooky Victorian mansion below Coit Tower in San Francisco. Veronica has lived through World War II bombings and relocation camp and has finally emigrated to San Francisco Bay. Now she should be blissfully happy with her devoted husband in their mansion overlooking the San Francisco Bay, but Victoria is not who she seems. Her child belongs to someone else. Her husband and housekeeper are frightened half to death. Says House on Telegraph Hill. So, a little noir-y, a little kind of thriller-y, a little old dark house kind of. So, very cool to add that one. Then I was able to get off of eBay this Mondo Macabro release in the red case too, and it was fairly cheap considering sometimes you can find stuff. If you like look well enough, you'll be able to find stuff $10, things like that. You can just scoop up real quick and stuff. And this is Hercuro the Goblin. This is from Japan from 1990, and it says back here, it says, Hida is an eccentric archaeologist, disgraced among his peers for his theories on the supernatural. One day he receives a letter from his brother-in-law, Yaba, telling him of an ancient burial mound, he has discovered in the grounds of a local high school, a discovery that might help prove Hida's theories to be true. When Hida arrives at school, which is now close to summer vacation, he discovers that Yiba has gone missing along with one of the school's female pupils. Teaming up with Yiba's son, Maso, Hida searches for an ancient tomb, convinced that it might be the burial ground of Hikuru, a fearsome demon of ancient legends. So this is from director, let me see, Shinhei Chusamuto, who did the Tetsuo the Iron Man. And so this is his second feature film after that. So this one was not, I believe, not in the set that Arrow put out. So based on the Japanese manga series, this film is an astounding blending of Lovecraftian cosmic horror, cyberpunk splatter, and Spielberg-style adventure, with brain-busting special effects, and a amazing array of hideous demon creatures. This film is a roller coaster ride into the unique world of terror and beauty from one of the world's greatest filmmakers. So this one is a 2K restoration for the original negative. A new interview with Tasamuto, archive interview with him, intro to the film by the director, archive interview with special effects creator. There's a special effects featurette, audio commentary from Tom Mess, a 20-page full-color booklet exclusive to this release, and then Mondo Collaborative previews. So this is, like I said, from 1990, and this Blu-ray was from... Doesn't say as well. Wow, look at that. Another one that doesn't say. But here is the back. And this one was 1,083 out of 1,500. So there's that film. Then we'll drop into these were the April releases for Vinegar Syndrome. So there was another... VSL release, which is the Vinegar Syndrome Labs release, and then there was also a partner label that I picked up. So I just picked up 2 for that month. The first one is the Cat Creeps, a Universal picture. So this is 3 Universal pictures that they've done in a row, and I believe this is the first... maybe the first release, at least DVD or Blu-ray release of this. Just like some of the other ones, it's been kind of hard to get this. And it's from 1946. Excuse me. And it says, when a wealthy widow sends a $1,000 bill to a local newspaper claiming murder, blackmail, and corruption, and $200,000 fortune to be had, it's up to reporter Terry Nichols and photographer Pej Flash Laurie to figure out the nefarious plot and clear the politicians, whose Terry's soon-to-be father-in-law name. But they won't be alone. Among the colorful cast of characters are Terry's beautiful fiancée, a lawyer with a feline-phobic secretary, a very deceiving private detective, and finally a mysterious woman and an even stranger black cat, who may be involved with the murders itself. It says, from director Yuri C. Kenton, this classic shocker include House of Dracula, Ghost of Frankenstein, and Island of Lost Souls, comes the 1946 melodrama that marked the end of the Universal Pictures golden age of horror, The Cat Creeps. So, Keaton did, as you said, House of Dracula, Ghost of Frankenstein, and Island of Lost Souls. Noah Beery Jr., Lois Collier, Paul Kelly star in the supernatural thriller influenced equal parts The Cat and Canary, The Old Dark House, and the wildly popular mystery plays of the 40s, now scanned and restored in 2K by Vinegar Syndrome Labs from its 35mm dupe negative. So, like I said, it's the scanned and released in 2K. Brand new art commentary with film historian and authors Kevin Lyons and Jonathan Rigby. Feline Frights author and critic Kim Newman discuss cats and classic horror. Inside sleeve artwork and then subtitles. So that is The Cat Creeps. So cool to have some Universal Picture, horror cycle stuff that has been released before, and really cool kind of slipcover. And then we go to the newest film from Benson and Moorhead, and that is Something in the Dirt. And that's the back of the slipcover. And this is from XYZ Films. And this is their second release by them. And the partner label. Oh, there's Something in the Dirt. And it says, when neighbors John and Levi witnessed supernatural events in their Los Angeles apartment building, they realized documenting the paranormal could inject some fame and fortune into their wasted lives. An ever deeper, darker rabbit hole their friendship frays as they uncover the dangers of the phenomenon, the city, and each other. And this is from 2022. And the bonus features on here are Q&A with Mike Flanagan, Q&A with LP, watch party with Henry Zabrowski and filmmakers, commentary with Justin Benson, Aaron Moorhead, and David Lawson, founders and Rustic Films. Commentary with Katie Smith, Kim Burns, and Ariel Vita. Production and art department for Rustic Films. Scene Zero, pre-production test footage, a special effects featurette, behind the scenes featurette, and deleted scenes. And that is the back as well. So yeah, this is the last. I got this one, and then I have Endless, Synchronicity, and then Something in the Dirt from them. Like their stuff that they also did on Moon Knight and stuff like that. So really cool filmmakers. Excited to see that one. Next are two. Was it two? No. I think it was just this one. Or did I pick up this one too? Don't remember, because it could have just been this one. So I guess it's just this one then. That I picked up from Best Buy. And it was one I was looking forward to when they announced it. And that is the 4K and Blu-ray edition of The Haunting of Julia. One that has kind of been just like almost Let's Scare Jessica to Death. A film that kind of was always like, oh, it's either on a really expensive VHS or a really bad copy, like DVD, that it would be a bootleg and stuff like that, but like actually a proper kind of release into that. So it says Magnus and Julia Lofting, who are played by Cara Dula and Mia Farrow respectively, suffered a tremendous shock one morning when their daughter Kate begins choking. Unsure what to do, Julia attempts a tracheotomy, inadvertently causing Kate's death. Tragedy sends Julia to the hospital to recover, but when Magnus asks that she comes home, she prefers to buy a new house in London to live alone. Magnus begins pondering Julia's frail sanity, while Julia becomes convinced that her house is haunted by the spirit of a little girl. A supernatural fable based on the novel Julia by Peter Schraub. The Haunting of Julia is brimming with haunting imagery and chilling atmosphere. And the cool kind of thing like this is the front. That's the back. Which I don't know if anybody else noticed this. So I don't know, is there? Yeah, so it does have reverse artwork. And the reverse artwork is the other title of Full Circle. But on the back, which is kind of interesting, is that last line right here. It says, a supernatural fable based on the novel Julia by Peter Straub. Full Circle is brimming with haunting house imagery and chilly atmosphere instead of Haunting of Julia like they have on this one. So kind of cool that they switch it up a little bit. The special features on the 4K disc is the new 2023 4K scan from the original camera negative. New audio commentary from director Richard Loncrane and film historian Simon Fitzjohn. On the Blu-ray, the first two are the same as well. There is also a new location tour with Simon Fitzjohn coming full circle. Actor Tom Conti recalls his humble horror beginnings, the fear of growing up. Actor Samantha Gates on her childhood chills. A haunting retrospective. Critic Kim Newman on an underrated ghost story. So that is The Haunting of Julia. And then this must have been one I also picked up at my local record store. And this is The Exorcist II, The Heretic. Bizarre nightmares plague Regan McNeil 4 years after her possession and exorcism. Has the demon returned? And if so, can she combine fate and knowledge of a Vatican investigator, played by Richard Burton, and a research specialist, played by Louise Fletcher, free her from its grasp, employing production design and special effects that are dazzling, exhilarating, and a sporting cast that includes Max von Sydow, Paul Henreid, and James Earl Jones. Of a compelling distinction, director John Boorman draws us into the tangible experience of evil. We fly with the demon, feel the African landscape vibrate, and get engulfed in terror of swarming locusts. As Exorcist II, The Heretic waves its fascinating, frightful spell. So this is the kind of much well received, I guess I would say, second film of the Exorcist franchise. But there's some, I think this one's starting to turn, and people are kind of enjoy it for what it is. Music by Morricone as well, which is kind of cool. And on here you get a 2-disc set, includes 2 cuts of the film, a 117 and 102 minute versions. New 2K scan of both cuts from the original film elements. New audio commentary with director John Boorman on the longer cut. New interview with actress Linda Blair. New audio commentary with special project consultant Scott Michael Bosco. Trailer and theatrical trailers, or teaser and theatrical trailers, excuse me. And still galleries. And this was from 1977. I want to say this came out like 2 years ago or so. But there is that one. All right, now we will hop into the Diabolic DVD sale that they had on some Vestron titles. So I picked up 3 that I didn't have in my collection. Could have went back for more, but I was like, I'll keep it at 3 for right now. And all 3 of them came with slipcovers, which was kind of cool, and they were all kind of the price of what they are now, like when you get a new release and stuff like that. So really cool. So we'll go with the first one, and this is Slaughter High from 1986. That has Carolyn Monroe in it. And it says, there's horror in the halls, lynching in the lunchroom, murder in the metal shop. Welcome to Slaughter High, where the students are dying to get out. In high school, Marty was the kid all the students teased, taunted, and tortured mercilessly. One day, things went too far. One of their jokes backfired, disfiguring Marty for life. Now, 5 years later, Marty has arranged a special reunion for all of his high school friends. The prom queen, the jock, the class clown, the rebel, and a few select others have been invited. And there's going to be a gala of gore. Let's see. I don't know if there is. No, it's the same thing as well. On here, you get audio commentary with co-writers and directors George Dugdale and Peter Litton. Audio interview with Harry Manfredini, including isolated music and special effects selections. Featurette's Going to Pieces with co-writer and director Mark Ezra. My Days at Doddsville with actress Caroline Monroe. Alternate title sequence, theatrical trailer, radio spots, and still gallery. So that is Slaughter High. So I have this on like a budget kind of pack, but actually getting this in another film lets me be able to get rid of that one because I have all of them as individual releases. So very cool. And that is just another slasher film to add to the collection. And speaking of slashers, kind of one of the more inventive ones, I would say, and one I was able to see last year on the big screen with Joe Bob Briggs in attendance, which was really cool. And that was 1986 as well, Chopping Mall. So, the future has arrived at the Park Plaza Mall, where state-of-the-art security robots are installed as the new automated night watchman. When an errant bolt of lightning short-circuits the main computer control, these protector robots turn to killbots on the loose and hunting for human lives. Directed by, of course, Jim Wynorski. Chopping Mall, aka Killbots, is one of the most beloved cult classics of the 80s and presented here fully restored from the original camera negative materials and loaded with a shopping cart full of killer bonus features. Let's see for this first one too if they, no, same thing as well. So audio commentaries, you have director and co-writer Jim Wynorski. Kelly Maroney is also in this as well. And co-writer, second unit director Steve Mitchell. Historian authors Nathaniel Thompson and Ryan Turek. Then there's also an audio commentary with Jim Wynorski and co-writer, second unit director Steve Mitchell, despite itself without Kelly Maroney. Also has in here, let's see, who else is in this? There's like a whole bunch of Dick Miller's in here as like a little cameo appearance. Let's see. Barbara Crampton is in here. I thought it was the big one I was trying to remember. And then, I can't think of his name. Graham Garrett, Graham, one of those ones, is in it, and he is one of the security guys as well. So featurettes, Back to the Mall, Chopping Mall, The Killbots, Scoring Chopping Mall, The Robots Speak, The Lost Scene, Army of One, and Chopping Mall, Creating the Killbots. I don't know if they have on here, I have to check, if they have the Killbots title sequence. That was a real cool thing that we were able to see at the screening, was it had the Killbots one. They showed that real quick and then they restarted the movie and showed the Chopping Mall one. So that is Chopping Mall. And then last of these ones were from 2002, and it's a Lovecraft adaptation of Dagon. So this one I hadn't had, and I was always looking for this one, so excited to add this one to my Lovecraft movie section. So based on the short story by H.P. Lovecraft, it really more has to do with the shadow over Innsmouth, but, people take creative licenses and stuff. The undisputed master of macabre, Dagon, follows Paul and his girlfriend Barbara as they celebrate the success of their new company on a yacht off the coast of Spain. When a sudden storm smashes their boat on a reef, Barbara and Paul swim to the nearest town for help. The decrepit fishing village of Imboca at first seems to be deserted, but unblinking eyes peer out from boarded-up houses. The strange inhabitants offer little help to the stranded couple. By nightfall, Barbara is missing and Paul finds himself pursued by the entire town. But a town of what? Of course, from director Stuart Gordon. So very cool in that. So, and I believe, Brian Usna produces as well. So audio commentary with director Stuart Gordon and screenwriter Dennis Paoli. Audio commentary with Scooter Gordon and star Ezra Golden. Interviews, Gods and Monsters, a discussion with director Stuart Gordon, interviewed by filmmaker Mick Garris. Shells and Boca, a interview with producer Brian Uzna. Fish Stories, interview with S.T. Jossi, author of I Am Providence, The Life and Times of H.P. Lovecraft. Vintage EPK featurette, archive interviews with Stuart Gordon and other cast and crew. A conceptual art gallery, storyboard gallery, still gallery, and theatrical trailer. So that is Diagon. And finally, I will wrap up today. I was going to do this one last week, but we had some little technical difficulties. Also an incident with my cat. Long story, but we are going to show the new 88Films box sets in the line of Duty 1 through 4. These are 4 classic police stories from the golden age of Hong Kong, where women kick ass as hard as any man. Michelle Yeoh, Cynthia Rothrock star as the toughest cops on the streets, using fists, feet, and guns to take down triads, thieves, and international criminals. Easily the equal to any American action movie in the same era. The In the Line of Duty series are enduring proofs of genius, recklessness of Hong Kong filmmakers. 88Films is proud to do their bit for Law and Order with beautiful restorations of these 4 landmark movies. Really, really cool artwork. And it looks like there's a little different artwork on the back as well. There's a little thing right there. So the set includes stunning new 2K restorations of all 4 films, brand new artwork, a 100-page book, and a whole host of things. I'll kind of put it right there for you. And then, so we have Royal Warriors, which is In the Line of Duty, the first one. And then, yeah, so it's kind of cool because they're kind of, so you have the artwork, you have this, then you have the original artwork on the inside, which is kind of cool. And it says, when CDI officer Yip, Michelle Yeoh, a Japanese Interpol agent, and a security guard foil an airplane hijacking attempt by militant fanatics. His veteran friends vow revenge in order to stop the terrorist attacks and also save their own lives. The 3 heroes must team up once again to fight their gun-touting adversaries. That is from 1986. Then we have the one I was most excited about in this set is In the Line of Duty 2, also known as Yes, Madame. And this is the one kind of Cynthia Rothrock's kind of big starring one. Although she's not in it as much as you would think. But this is, I think, the first official Blu-ray and even DVD of this in the States. So it says Michelle Yeoh stars in this action drama as Senior Police Inspector Ning, assigned to work with Inspector Carrie Morris, Cynthia Rothrock, from Scotland Yard to investigate the murder of an agent from the Criminal Crime Bureau of London who was killed because of the evidence he was collected against a crime syndicate in Hong Kong. So it's from 1985. There's that. There's the back. And again, the original artwork as well. And then we have In the Line of Duty 3. And it says, Inspector Otaka vows revenge after an armed couple stage a violent jewelry heist, ending in bloodshed in the death of Otaka's assistant. Meanwhile, Rachel Quen, a rookie cop in Hong Kong, end up entangled in the same mess with the detective when the Japanese thieves make their way to Hong Kong. Together, Otaka and Yang are on a mission to bring the cold-blooded and desperate thieves to justice. So there's that. The back. And more. And then finally, In the Line of Duty 4. And it says, Donnie Yen and Cynthia Khan play two cops from both sides of the Pacific on the trail of a drug trafficking syndicate. Khan and Yen discover to their dismay that the syndicate has more than one insider working in the law enforcement agencies. As they break the rules to save a witness, the two find themselves pursued by American assassins, Hong Kong gangs, and the law. And this is from 1989. Oh, this one was from 1988. So again, front, back. There's the original artwork. And then you have two posters. So, Warriors. Really nice set, actually. And then the one, I believe this is for, oh no, it's just the generic one. And then for Yes, Madame. And then the box art. And then here is the 100-page booklet. So it has a bunch of cast and crew stuff. Police assassins, interview with Sham Tam and Michael Parker. Then there's a Yes Madame Royal Picture Gallery, Force of Dragon, another, both those last two were done by Matthew Edwards. Red Force, another one by Matthew Edwards. Force of Dragon is an interview with Stephen Berwick, and then Archive in the Line of Duty 3 imagery. And Red Force's interview with Michael Woods in the archive, plus an archive of In the Line of Duty 4 imagery, and then credits. So, very, very cool. So, this one ran a little bit long today, but a kind of huge stack of stuff. So, highly recommend getting this set from 88Films. Looks great, and one that I was very excited when they announced. And then we had our Diabolic releases, Haunting of Julia and Exorcist 2, some Vinegar Syndrome and partner label stuff. This slipcover is out, and I actually might think the regular edition might be out too, so I was happy to pick this up. This one's still available. Definitely check out that if you like classic horror, and then a few other stuff. So, really cool. Thanks everybody for watching. This one ran a little bit longer, but I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's picked up some cool stuff. They've announced some more cool stuff. The Western set from Arrow. They have the Messiah of Evil Radiance Films one, which looks awesome. So definitely going to be picking up that one. A whole host of stuff. The Denza Macabre one should be coming out soon if it hasn't started shipping to people. And yeah, and then soon is the Vinegar Syndrome halfway to Black Friday sale. So a whole bunch of stuff coming up soon. So very cool. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you have a great week. And remember, be kind and rewind. We'll see everybody later.